What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Inside the One podcast with your boy J-Hoff and Spitz. Spitz, say a quick hello real quick to the boys.
What's going on, boys? Welcome back.
All right, so I don't even know what podcast this. We've been going for a while now, so guys, if you haven't been watching, do yourselves a favor and at least watch a couple of them. We've been covering a lot of hot topics lately, we've done everything from free agency to general topics like Deshaun Watson. There's just a lot of stuff that we've been going over lately. So guys, do yourselves a favor and check it out. But today we're going over our mock draft for this draft coming up this Thursday. We're super excited about it. I know I am. I know Spitz is. I don't know if you guys are. I'm sure you guys are if you're NFL fans. But yeah, guys, we're here. We're going to do the mock draft. And yeah, so guys, let's get started.
Yes, sir.
So, I don't know if there's any, before we get into it, I don't know if there's any major news to go over before we go to have you heard anything this week at all happening?
Not anything important. I was just scrolling through Twitter right now before this, and the Steelers picked up Minka's fifth-year option. I guess that's cool. But I haven't really seen anything too crazy. I know you posted earlier that John Harbaugh confirmed that they're guaranteeing to pick up Lamar's fifth-year option.
Yep. Yeah.
But that's I think.
Yeah, I mean, the only other thing that kind of hot right now is the Julio Jones debate, whether they're going to keep him or trade him because something to do with the cap hitting situation. Whoever picks him up still has to pay him, though. I think the first year is like 15 mil, and then the year 2 and 3 is like 10 mil. So, I mean, the Ravens were trying to give Juju that, just saying. But yeah, we'll save that because I'm sure we'll figure something out before next podcast on those topics.
But yeah, we'll just kick this thing. I think Jacksonville should make the call, too. They have cap space.
That's true. Well, speaking of Jacksonville Jaguars, they are the first overall number 1 pick in the draft. So obviously, we're just going to kick this thing off. I picked Trevor Lawrence. I mean, it's kind of like one of those, duh moments. Obviously, who else are they going to pick? They've kind of thrown some smoke screen in Twitter, well, it's down to Zach Wilson, and I think there was, maybe Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence, but it's obviously you're going to go Trevor Lawrence. I mean, they said they're trying to make sure he's the number 1 guy, but I mean, we all know he is. I mean, his track record says it all. I've become a huge fan ever since I started watching his film. But yeah, I mean, who do you got, Spitz?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go with Trevor Lawrence too. I don't feel like I feel like you'd have to have monster balls to not pick Trevor Lawrence number 1. Just I don't know, isn't it obvious? Zach Wilson's cool and Mac Jones and these guys are cool, but PFF says that Trevor Lawrence is the best quarterback they've ever scouted before. So it's okay, well, then he goes number 1. I feel like he already has a house, and I feel like he's already bought his Jacksonville home. There's no secrets here. They can try, but there's not.
Yeah, I actually heard that during his wedding, the Jacksonville community already gave him gifts. Just saying welcome to Jacksonville and happy wedding, congratulations, and it's almost like they're already a part of the fan base and he's already accepted that he's going there. So it's I don't buy what they're saying. Keith Urban, oh well, we might consider Zach Wilson. No, you're not. But yeah,
my man said Keith Urban.
Oh, what is that? Is that a country star?
Yeah.
Oh God, Urban Meyer. God, yeah. I'm sorry, guys. Keith Urban is the only Urban that I really know. Forget it. You guys can roast me in the comments. God damn it. It's been a long day.
Been a long day.
So yeah, we'll move on to the second overall pick, and that's going to be the New York Jets. I mean, they've kind of already made it known who they're picking as well, so it's kind of a no-brainer for me. I'm going Zach Wilson. He had a really good pro day. I really didn't. I thought he was kind of a quiet prospect until I saw his crazy, I think it was an 80-yard bomb, and it was he was on the run, crossbody. It was disgusting. The guy looks like a Disney star. It's just what better way to represent your franchise than with this kid? And then they've already, it seems they already shipped off Sam Darnold to the Panthers, so it's they're already bought in. Now they're getting a quarterback. So yeah, I'm saying Zach Wilson, 100%.
Yeah, I'd be surprised. I think the first 2 picks are pretty much set in stone. I mean, the Jets could switch it up, but I just don't. I don't know. It would have to be Justin Fields. I just feel like there's so much Zach Wilson hype that, at least the draft's not in New York, because if they draft the wrong guy, they get booed their asses off. So they can avoid that if they pick Mac Jones number 2. But Zach Wilson's, I feel like he's cemented himself number 2 by now.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, so we'll move on to pick number 3, San Francisco 49ers, with the crazy trade. I think the Dolphins had this pick originally.
Hmm.
So I went with you guys are gonna just Trey Lance. Obviously, we've heard a lot of we've heard a lot of stuff between Kyle Shanahan talking about how, Jimmy G is still our guy, and we don't. There was actually something I saw from Twitter saying like we don't even know who's going to start on Sunday because we don't know who's going to be alive. Like who? What? You're going to just
Yeah, that was weird.
that was a weird comment to make. Like we don't even know who he might be dead. Like all right, that was kind of a crazy thing to say to the media. But I'm going Trey Lance just because I like this kid's ability. I know they said they limited down to 2 quarterbacks and it was either Trey Lance or Mac Jones. Mac Jones, I mean, every mock draft that I've seen, he's kind of been a later pick, so I'm just kind of going off of what the pros say on this one. To be honest with you guys, Trey Lance is my pick at number 3.
Yeah, I picked Mac Jones. I just feel like I don't know. I feel like he just fits in. It's weird because like the 49ers, besides Kaepernick, I feel like their quarterbacks are always just kind of standing there, and Mac Jones fits the profile of that. He's he's actually really good. I've seen some pictures going around of him being like a little bit of a party animal with some DUIs and whatnot.
Oh boy.
So that might be an L. That might end up making me look stupid here. But for now, I mean, people want to say like, oh, he played at Alabama and they have all these weapons and stuff, and it's like, yes, okay. So you still have to be accurate. You still have to be good. Like he wasn't. It wasn't like he was putting up mediocre numbers like previous Alabama quarterbacks, like McElroy and McCarron and all these guys. Like he still put up really good numbers. Just because he had good players around him doesn't mean anything. That's like saying that Patrick Mahomes is not that good because he has Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. That makes no sense.
Yeah. I agree with you there. I mean, yeah, you have all these great receivers like Waddle and Jerry and Judy and all these guys. I mean, you still have to have a guy to throw it to him. I mean,
Yeah,
I get it. I get why that pick would be number 3 for you. Let's move on to number 4, Atlanta Falcons.
I'm surprised by this one.
I kind of went with the just for the entertainment value of this pick here. I mean, Matt Ryan, he's been kind of cursed since that 28-3 from the Patriots. They haven't been the same since then. They've had a hard time finishing games. They cannot come, well, they will have a lead and then blow it. They're known for being choke artists. I think they need a new quarterback. I'm going Justin Fields with this one. Call me
Lord.
crazy. Call me crazy. But I don't know. I guess it's just one of those things where it's like, I think I would want to see this. It's not like they are going to do it, but I think I would want to see it. I just want to see a change for some reason. I don't know. Call me crazy, guys.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to do that. I'm going with Kyle Pitts, especially if they're trading Julio Jones. Because Kyle Pitts I'm putting him at wide receiver. I don't care what anybody says. Get this tight end crap out of here. Dude looks like Calvin Johnson. Get him out there on the outside. But at the end of the day, Falcons, do whatever you want to, but they could draft an offensive lineman. But I just feel like that offense, if they keep Julio especially, I mean, that offense is crazy. They just need some help on defense now, but they have a new coach. Dan Quinn's gone. So maybe the choking stops. Who knows? But like Matt Ryan, I mean, he's still in the top 5 every single year for yards in the league. Like he's still dominating defenses. It's just the rest of his team, specifically the Falcons defense, gives up nonsense, and then they can't like recover onside kicks properly, and they just like the coaching was really, really bad. I feel like with better coaching, they'll be better than that. But Kyle Pitts is such a monster. Like, yeah, it's weird to pick a tight end at number 4, but that's why you move him to wide receiver instead.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be wild. I mean, I don't think we've ever seen a tight end top 5. Maybe, I was looking at the Ravens history a while back, and I think Todd Heap was like maybe number 10. But I mean,
Yeah.
it's rare that they go that high. We'll see. I mean, Kyle Pitts is supposed to be like one of a kind.
He
Supposed to
is.
rival Darren Waller with everything. So we'll see. We'll see. It's going to be interesting at number 4. Number 5, Cincinnati Bengals. So, I mean, again, we have a lot of Bengals fans in the Discord, and it's almost become one of those things where it's like I've learned to accept that they're trying to bring back the LSU championship team, and they're just going to go ahead and get Jamar Chase. So that's my pick. I'm thinking I'm going to go Jamar Chase on this one. I mean, yes, we all know it makes sense to get a lineman, but they're trying to tell me, the lineman's going to be there in the second round. Don't worry, linemen run deep. It's okay to go ahead and get a wide receiver because that is a more rare position to get in this draft, which I don't know, but it seems like they already have their mindset with Joe Burrow recruiting Jamar Chase. I'm going Jamar Chase. That's my pick.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go with the more predictable answer, I guess. I chose Panay, man. Panay Sewell. Just feel like he was there. The Bengals were like, and their fan base was basically nutting over Panay Sewell for so long until Joe Burrow said something about Jamar Chase, and now
Yeah.
they just like F Panay Sewell. And it's like, well, what happened? All of a sudden, the lineman class wasn't deep before, but now it is. My thing is like, I'm looking at all these mocks and making our mocks, and like, there's receivers in the second round too, so I don't even know what that even is supposed to mean. That the receiver class isn't deep. Terrace Marshall's potentially going to be there in the second round. He's good. He's went to LSU, so it's like he has the connection with Joe Burrow too, I think. So it's like, I don't know, man. It's just, yeah, the offensive lineman class is deeper, but Sewell could be like a generational, like we're talking about Ryan Ramczyk and Orlando Brown and like Trent
Yeah.
Brown and like big time, or Trent Williams, whichever. I can't remember which Trent is really good, but regardless, that's what we're talking about. And it's offensive tackle, and I mean Joe Burrow got blindsided, blew his knee out. Tackles are important. I don't know. I just feel like the weapons are there. I know they lost AJ Green. You still have Tyler Boyd, who, unbeknownst to me until a couple of weeks ago, is probably the best slot receiver in the whole NFL. You have T. Higgins, who's a rising young, really good receiver. I don't know if you need Jamar Chase, as good as he is. I don't know if you need that over an offensive lineman just because there's some in the second round. To me, offensive linemen like outside of the second round, you're risking them being kind of butt cheeks, like an Andrus Pete type of situation where it's just like ugh. But I don't know. Either one of those picks is a W though. But I just feel like they should focus on what completely ruined their season last year, which was offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, either way you go, I believe you can't really lose at number 5. I mean, you're going to get some type of generational talent, just a matter of where do you want to put it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's Bengals. I mean, you're in the driver's seat. You pick your pick.
Bengals got blessed with all these quarterbacks getting taken early. They can pretty much pick whoever they want. Because if it goes the way that you have it there, they're going to be the first team not picking a quarterback, and they can just get whoever the hell they want.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. So we'll go over to the Miami Dolphins at number 6. Since, Split was already talking about how high generational talent this guy is, I'm going Penei Sewell for the Dolphins. I can't let him go that much further past the top 5. I think Tua still needs that protection. I believe they lost maybe one or two key guys at offensive line. I can't remember who. Forgive me, guys, but I just know that Penei Sewell could be a plug and play. He's an instant starter for them. I feel like they just need more protection there. I think they already have the weapons, so it's just a matter of giving Tua protection. He's still a young guy. He still needs time to find those open guys that he's already made a problem, saying that he needs a little bit more time to see these guys get open. So Penei Sewell, it just seems like I can't let him get that far past number 6.
Yeah, well, kind of the same thing, but in reverse for me. Jamar Chase, number 6. Like I said, 5 and 6 right here. Like either way it goes, whether it's the way I have it or the way Jeff has it, it's a W for both teams. But the Dolphins were, I don't have it right in front of me, but they were towards the bottom of the league in like average separation from wide receivers. So yeah, people like to crap on Tua, but it was like, bro, nobody's open. So you get Jamar Chase, who could be the best receiver in this class, and you have Will Fuller from free agency, and all of a sudden you might be getting some guys open. So that's what I'm going to go with for the sake of my Madden team. Though I would love for Jamar Chase to go to the Bengals, but you know it is what it is. Honestly, the Dolphins. Screw you, Houston Texans, for real. How are the Dolphins even here, bro? Like, what is going on?
Rough.
But yeah, good for them. Good for Tua, I guess. They could also go Devontae Smith to bring him back with Tua, but I don't think you pick. I think if you're picking Devontae Smith over Jamar Chase, you're tripping balls.
It's true. I think Jamar Chase is definitely the first wide receiver to go. And I just wanted to bring it up that I did look it up for the offensive lineman. They lost Isaiah Wilson. He is the guy that they lost. So I think that's where it comes in for me.
They traded for him and had to cut him or something like that because he was being the behavioral issues.
Couldn't remember his name, but that's the guy I was thinking of. So yeah, Dolphins shouldn't be there, but they are there, and they're just going to make their, I think they were, 10-5, 10-6 finished, so they're just going to reinforce that team that was already halfway good. They were above 500, so.
They don't have Ryan Fitzpatrick to save the day anymore, though.
That is true. Tua's going to have to step up.
So you got to step up.
So either way, whether you got another weapon or some more protection, you got to step up. Going on to the Detroit Lions, I think this pick here is kind of like a duh pick just because of what they've done. The biggest, well, not the first biggest loss, but the second biggest loss they've had, which was Kenny Golladay. They've already figured out what they're going to do for QB. So what I think they're going to do for wide receiver is going to get Devonta Smith. That is my pick for Detroit Lions, just for the simple fact that they got Kenny Golladay out of there, so they need a replacement ASAP. Devonta Smith, definitely.
Yeah, they lost Marvin Jones too. They lost all their receivers. They're basically restructuring the entire receiver room. They got that guy from the Raiders. Can't remember his name off the top of my head. And now, I got Devonta Smith too. Listen, he won the Heisman Trophy, man. People keep talking about how he has like short arms or something like that. Or no, it's not. It's that he's really light. I don't give a damn how much you weigh, man. Stop it.
No.
Y'all ever seen Marvin Harrison? Come on, bro. Stop. If you got hands, if you got speed, if you got skill, you're good, man. Everybody wants to like nitpick at little things. He's a small person. That's fine. I don't care. He's going to catch dots. Well, I don't know if Jared Goff has dots, but if he does, he's going to catch them.
He threw a lot of dots with that broken pinky. I remember that. But, it wasn't bad. He wasn't, like, missing a lot of throws. But, even guys like Hollywood Brown, he's very small and, fast. I'm not saying he's better than Devonta. I think Devonta's better. But I'm just saying, like, guys like that can survive in the NFL. That's my point that I'm trying to make to you guys.
And in the SEC, you guys got to realize, man, SEC, bro, cornerbacks in the SEC look like linebackers, bro. Like, these guys are monstrous. So he went against giant-ass dudes on a daily basis. He's not scared of anybody. If you watched the college football playoff, you got grown-ass men, first, second, third-round picks all over the field, and not a single person on earth could cover Devonta Smith. Not a single one. So all these mocks that have him like outside the top 10, any of you teams picking outside the top 10, if he's still there, you're a lucky ass bitch.
Yeah. I think I was reading something that the only guy that was able to hold him to any lower type of yards was J.C. Horn. I think that was who I saw.
Yeah, well, that's just another animal. Yeah, but we'll talk about him in a minute. But yeah, other than that, Notre Dame had good DBs. Clemson had good DBs. Didn't matter.
Yeah, he's going to be a beast. Then we'll go over to the Carolina Panthers, who I think they get a beast of their own. I couldn't let this guy fall any further on my list, and I'm sure all the Carolina Panthers fans are going to love me for saying this. I think Kyle Pitts goes to the Panthers. I honestly, like I said, I can't see him going any further. And can you imagine Sam Darnold with the weapons? You would have DJ Moore, you would have Robbie Anderson, you would have Kyle Pitts and CMC. Absolutely disgusting offense. And disgusting. Yeah, that's just my only explanation. That's need gross. Any other ones.
Sam Darnold, if you have that, bro, there's no defending you anymore, man. If you suck, I'm sorry.
If you suck, you suck.
I put Rashawn Slater here. I just felt like You got Sam Darnold in there. Let's give him a little bit more protection. Not that the Panthers have a bad offensive line, but they're not known for having a good offensive line.
I think the only guy they have is like Okung.
Yeah, and you got Christian
Really?
McCaffrey coming off injury. He's just been getting lit up year after year after year because he's the only weapon they've had. And they finally got more weapons this year, and he got hurt. So he didn't even get to live that life this year. And you got a new quarterback who's had experience behind a bad offensive line, and it didn't go well. So just shore it up. Why not? Rashawn Slater.
Yeah, it's solid. So I can't be mad at that. Then this is where we start to kind of go our own separate paths here. I have, for the Denver Broncos at pick number 9, I have Mac Jones. Reason being that I don't think Drew Lock's the guy. I mean, I know he hasn't had that much time to prove that, but it's just a matter of I think he needs a little bit of maybe like a quarterback battle, maybe to kind of push him to the next level. I think this could be the pick that kind of does that for him. I know he doesn't have a whole lot of weapons yet. He has like Cortland Sutton and a couple of other guys, but I mean, Mac Jones, I mean, Spitz had him at pick number 3. I can't let him fall that far. Yeah, Denver Broncos just makes sense to me. I don't know. I just see it.
I feel like if he falls past 3, he's going to fall hard. Like an Aaron Rodgers situation where it's just like, there he goes, because all the teams that don't need quarterbacks start picking.
Mm-hmm.
But I still have Justin Fields here, and I just, for some reason, I sit here and I'm just like envisioning Justin Fields in the Broncos jersey. I don't know what it is. I feel like I'm having a Nostradamus moment. Just looks right. It just looks right, dude. The orange, the dark blue, Justin Fields. But yeah, I think he goes to 9. I don't think he should be this far down the draft, but you know, people are worried about his epilepsy and other things, and it's like, I don't know. Good for the Broncos though. But I have seen that if they don't like what's available at number 9 at quarterback, that they'll pick somebody else and potentially trade for Teddy Bridgewater, which would be hilarious. That would be such an L. I'd rather have Drew Lock, to be honest. But you know, poor Drew Lock. I feel like he hasn't gotten a chance. Where could he go? Where could they send Drew Lock? Like they did with Sam
the Broncos
Darnold.
wide receiver playing quarterback than not Drew Lock, Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, send Drew Lock to like. Damn, I don't know, dude. Send him to. Who needs a quarterback really bad? I'm struggling.
I don't know, bro. I mean, there's so many quarterbacks in this draft. I mean, it's just kind of like maybe the Eagles.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because Jalen Hurts is on the hot seat.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens with good old Lock. Number 10, Dallas Cowboys. I think this was a no-brainer for both of us. They're getting rid of all their DBs. Well, no, I'm sorry. They're actually adding DBs from the Falcons. I'm getting them mixed up. So I think what they do is they enforce that secondary with their the first cornerback off the board. I think they get Patrick Surtain. So yeah, that's just my pick. Besides the Diggs, the brother, I don't see anybody back there that's like really like generational talent wise. Patrick is just a no-brainer for me, honestly. Don't have any other explanations besides I just think it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. I think the best cornerback on here is Surtain, Horn, and Farley, right? I think Horn's the best one, but because I'm not a huge fan of the Cowboys, I kind of don't want him to go there, so I put Surtain as well. I think the Cowboys are definitely going to go corner here. They can't go wrong with any of the 3. But as a Saints fan, I know we're trying to trade up to get one of these 3, and I don't want us to have to jump all the way to fucking 10. So you guys can take Surtain, and we'll move up a little bit to get who we want. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please, Dallas, don't pick J.C. Horn or fucking Caleb Farley, please.
We'll see.
Or
see what
even
happens.
Greg Newsome. Don't reach for Newsome either. Just please pick Patrick Surtain, bro.
So you're saying if the Saints reach at all, reach for this kid?
I'm saying if the Cowboys are going to I'm saying this is who I want the Cowboys to draft so that the Saints don't have to move all the way. Because if the Cowboys are going to draft Caleb Farley and that's who we want, we got to move all the way fucking up to 10 and give up all this shit. When I said we could move up to like 20 or 21 where he's actually projected to go, it's a lot easier.
Be interesting. Be interesting for sure. So the Giants, pick number 11.
Yeah.
This was a hard one for me. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I just, it seems like the Giants are kind of pulling it all together. They got Galladay, they got Adoree Jackson, they got all these weapons. It's kind of like a put up or shut up year for oh my god, the quarterback.
Daniel Jones.
God, Danny Dimes, Jesus Christ. So the offensive line, I think you get Rashawn Slater. That's my pick. I don't know. I just seen that he was going off a lot of boards and mock drafts before number 11. I was like, well, he can't fall that far. Just give him just protect Danny Dimes. Just protect him. That's my explanation for that one.
Yeah. First of all, I just want to point out that to all the people watching, the mock drafts are fucking hard to do.
Yeah, they
Okay.
are.
We like to make fun of people for putting out stupid ass mock drafts, but god damn, this is hard. It's easy to make a mock draft for your own team, but like to do the whole league, it's just like, damn, like I don't necessarily know 100% what the Giants need, but I know they have a good defense. I put I'm gonna butcher. I think it's pronounced Quiddy Payne. I don't
K.
fucking
Whitty.
know.
K. Whitty.
Yeah, like I didn't watch much Michigan football. I'm gonna be honest with you
K.
guys. They
Whitty.
don't. They Michigan and Notre Dame ended their rivalry basically, so I don't even know anything about Michigan anymore these days. But the Giants have a good secondary. So I just figured, hey, get the top edge rusher potentially in the whole draft, because they need it. Because Daniel Jones is cool, their offense is all right, but their path to almost making the playoffs last year was almost entirely on defense. So just keep building that up. Put yourself in a situation where Danny Jones doesn't have to put up 30 points every night. And kind of like Washington, actually, how like Alex Smith didn't really have to do that much, and they still were able to win games. Something like that.
Yeah, makes sense. I guess the only other explanation that I have for Slater would be that they just gave Kevin Zeitler over to the Ravens, so they need someone else to plug in there. So I think that's one of my explanations for him. So
That's a
yeah,
good
I mean,
point.
either way, you can't really go wrong. I mean, you guys don't really need anyone for per se, not that I can think of. It's not like a pressing need for the Giants because you guys were super active in free agency. But yeah, number 11 should be a good one. Number 12, the Philly Eagles. I picked. You guys are gonna be like, what? I picked a cornerback just because, I think Darius Slay's kind of lonely back there. You guys just got rid of one of your best safeties that you've had in a while to the Patriots, and I think you guys get J.C. Horn. I don't know. I just have it's one of those intuition feelings. I don't know.
Well,
Call me crazy. That's just my pick.
I'm under the understanding that the Eagles traded down to 12 because they wanted Jamar Chase and they knew he wasn't going to be there. So they traded down to 12. And so if you wanted Jamar Chase, then that means you're looking for wide receivers. And because of injuries, Jalen Waddle has slid himself down here to 12. People got to understand something. If Jalen Waddle wasn't hurt, he might have been the one winning the Heisman Trophy last year instead of Devontae Smith. He is a stud. And if the Eagles are looking for a wide receiver, I mean, and he's still there, like, hello. And you want some weapons for, like, who do they have a wide receiver right now?
Eagles. Nobody good.
Exactly. So Jalen Waddle it is. Jalen Hurts needs some help because I feel like Jalen Hurts is getting set up to be just exposed majorly if he doesn't get some receiving help out there. Because first of all, he's going to be running for his life behind that offensive line, just like Carson Wentz was. And I don't know how good of a quarterback he really even is to begin with. So I feel bad if he doesn't have anybody to throw to on top of all that.
Yeah. The Eagles. I mean, looking back at it now, they probably do need a wide receiver more than they need a cornerback. It's just one of those things where it's like, all right, well, if the rest of the division is going defense heavy, you kind of have to match the level of everybody else. So that was just my thinking there, but I can see why you would go wide receiver 100%.
Yeah.
We'll move on to the pick number 13, the LA Chargers. Well, I mainly picked this guy just because he is a stud. He is a stud. He just went in Spitz's previous pick here, I go Jalen Waddle for the Chargers just because,
I'm
you know,
stressed.
Herbert, I mean, he's. Can you imagine Herbert with Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Jalen Waddle? Because they
Jared
just got
Cook.
rid of the tight end, so Hunter Henry's gone. So it's just going to
But
be a straight
they
up
got Jared. They got Jared Cook though.
Jared Cook. Oh God, that's right.
Yeah, that'd be
So
crazy.
just think about like a spread offense with the Chargers. Think about that for a few seconds. Scary, right? So I'm going Jalen Waddle. Just make Herbert the GOAT, early GOAT. Him and Trevor Lawrence are going to be going at it for years. Let's go. I'm ready to see it. Plenty of weapons.
I thought about going on defense here, but I changed my mind when I was doing it. Just was looking at some other mocks for inspiration, and they've been doing a lot of beef into their offensive line. You know, Corey Lindsey and whatnot. And I was like, you know what, dude? Unlike what the Bengals have been doing so far, why don't you just keep on padding that offensive line? Because you see what happens when you have a good offense. Like people used to remember. Do you remember when people used to clown the Cowboys for drafting an offensive lineman first round every year?
Yeah.
Until 5 years had passed and they had 5 first-round picks in the offensive line, and you could put a middle school 12-year-old in the backfield and he would get 2,000 yards rushing.
Mm-hmm.
So for the Chargers, it's like, damn, why not just kind of solidify that even farther? I put Elijah Vera Tucker on there. That's just because of that. Like
yeah.
tackles are so. Look at the Saints. We don't have the best guards in the world. We have Cesar Ruiz and Andrews Pete in there. But the reason why our offensive line is so studly is because we have 2 of the best tackles in the whole league on the same team. Tackles are the most important. I don't care what anybody says, especially for the quarterback, because they protect your blind side and your front side.
Yep.
You can see a lot easier if somebody's blitzing up the middle. It's harder to see at the side with your peripherals. So you want to be able to trust those guys on the outside. And so yeah, Justin Herbert is living large if he gets either of these 2 picks, actually, because Jalen Waddle would be insane. But you know, sure up the offense. You can get some defense later. I know that the corners aren't very deep though, but still, who cares, bro? Offensive line, fix it.
Makes sense. All right, so we'll go over to pick number 14, Minnesota Vikings. This is where things start to get a little tough on the mock draft here. I went with I'm gonna butcher his name, K Witty, whatever. Edge. I only picked this pick just because there's been a little bit of rumors going around Minnesota talking about how they're gonna get rid of an edge. So I don't really know what's going on in Minnesota. They haven't cut anybody yet. They've only cut like maybe offensive linemen. But other than that, this pick is mainly just speculation because I heard they're getting rid of some of the edges over there. And this is just kind of like a plug-and-play replacement for them. No other explanation other than that. Minnesota Vikings get Kawhi.
Alrighty. Well, I watched Alvin Kamara score 6 touchdowns, so I immediately was like, y'all need a defensive tackle right now. So I went with Christian Barmore. That was my only reasoning, really, because I don't think the Vikings are bad, but goddamn, do they need some help in the run game. I know they had injuries and stuff, but 6 touchdowns on Christmas. Shit. 6? Should have been 7. But Sean Payton hoed him. I mean, goddamn. Get some help. Christian Barmore.
It's rough. Alrighty. Pick number 15. The New England Patriots. They were super active in free agency. So it was kind of hard for me to choose someone for this pick. I only went with this pick just because this guy is a stud. And I just think he would fit right in with the Patriots culture. I'm going Micah Parsons here. I know they just got Kyle Van Noy back, I believe. But I just think this guy next to Van Noy is going to be disgusting. This guy's a stud. He can't go past number 15. I'm going Parsons. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, hype as shit. Trey Lance is still on my board, so if he's still there in real life, there's absolutely no shot that they don't pick him. So that's my reasoning. That's it. That's the only thing. Nothing else matters.
He had to get off the board.
They keep putting Cam Newton for 1-year deals. He's not their future quarterback. They're just have him for now. And as a matter of fact, Cam Newton might actually be a really good mentor for Trey Lance. So it all fits If to be honest with you, if any of the quarterbacks fall
This
to
fall.
15, they're taking them 100%.
I, if we're being real, super duper real with you guys, I think the Patriots are going to trade up in the draft, and for real, I don't think they're going to keep their 15 pick. That's just me. But if they do, if they're chilling, if a quarterback falls, it's definitely going to go to the Patriots, or they're just going
Yeah,
to
I
take the
do.
best
I
value.
do feel like they're going to try really hard to move up, but they might not have to. I mean, goddamn, I don't know what. I guess it's just because there's five quarterbacks, right, that we're talking about here. One, two, three. There's five,
Yeah,
and there's only like four immediate needs at quarterback.
yeah.
So like, there's
So he might fall.
unless your scenario happens where the Falcons take one of them. Unless if that doesn't happen, then one of them's going to slip past all these teams, and the Patriots are just going to be sitting there like, yes, please.
Yeah,
So they'll only
it
have
could
to trade
happen.
up if they hear something. Like if they hear that they're not going to be there, then they might try to trade up. But they might just be patient.
Good. All right. I would like to see what they do for real. But we'll move on. So pick number
Yeah.
16, Arizona Cardinals. I think this was a no-brainer as well. Me and Spitz have two different guys for this pick. Just because it's just the simple fact that Patrick Peterson is gone. They need a immediate replacement right away. The next best cornerback in my draft that I had left was Greg Newsome. I think they go Greg Newsome here, just simply because of what I just said. Patrick Peterson's gone, need a replacement. Period.
I tried to pretend that J.C. Horn would fall all the way to 28 guys, but I can't do it. He's going, he's going somewhere up here. Yeah, J.C. Horn say that now. This is a trade up zone right here for the Saints, though, I'll be honest with you. We're not doing trades in this, but anything like 15 and below, I could see them trying to jump up there if J.C. Horn is still on the board. But yeah, I think he's probably the best. I mean, the stats that this guy, like, if you look, there's a graphic that shows all the receivers he held this year in the SEC, and it was just like, holy shit. I mean, guys were averaging like 20 yards a game, like the best receivers in the whole conference. We're talking about guys that are in this draft, and it was just like, yeah, dang.
Mm.
So if he's there for the Cardinals, you just lost Patrick Peterson. You don't have time for development. You're bringing all these old guys up in here. You're trying to win now.
Mm-hmm.
You need somebody that's just going to step right up in there like Marshawn Lattimore did for the Saints and be good now. And I see J.C. Horn being one of those types.
Yeah. Either way, I mean, it's got to be a cornerback, whether it's J.C. Horn or Greg Newsome. I mean, I think they go corner. I don't know which one, but whoever falls is going to get there. Number 17, Oakland Raiders. This was more of a no-brainer pick for me. I just didn't know who to put here as far as I picked an offensive lineman just because of the Raiders have kind of cleaned house on offensive linemen. Now they got rid of Gabe Jackson, they got rid of Richie Incognito, they got rid of Rodney Hudson. So who do they have to protect Derek Carr? Nobody. So I was between Elijah Vera Tucker and Christian Darrisaw. I'm going Darrisaw just because he's been kind of going up in everybody's mock drafts as far as pros go, all the pro mock drafts, and that's just my only reasoning for that. I think they go Christian Darrisaw. I just think he's coming up the mock drafts a little bit for me, and I'm going there. Offensive lineman.
Yeah. I paid Micah Parsons. I just feel like the Raiders need help everywhere except for like wide receiver and stuff. So they could go any direction with this. And quarterback, of course. But on defense, on offensive line, the only positions they have short up is quarterback, running back, and wide receiver. So lots of things could happen here. But Micah Parsons is a really good linebacker. You talked about him earlier. I just feel like he would help them on defense. I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I like I said, I like Micah Parsons. The fact that he would even fall to number 17 is crazy because I think this kid's a stud.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's just one of those things where it's like, do you take the best value or do you take a need? It's just one of those conversations that they need to have. I get it. Number 18, Miami Dolphins again.
God damn it.
So fun stuff. I purely just this pick came from inspiration from other mock drafts. I went with Jalen Phillips, edge, just because I'm looking at the Dolphins, right? The guys that they've lost. They lost Kyle Van Noy. They lost Shaq Lawson. They replaced him with McKinney. but it's just again you're still missing that other edge that I mean, they're good defensively, but I just think Jalen Phillips would just be that guy that could just solidify that defense to just make it that much more scary. It was already disgusting last year, and this pick would even make it worse. So Jalen Phillips for me.
I picked Christian Darrisaw because of what you said earlier about Panay. So now in this scenario, you get Jamar Chase and your offensive tackle.
Yeah.
Which if that happens, I'm just, damn it, Houston, man. Because, like, I don't hate the Dolphins for any. There's no reason to hate on them. I'm just like, man, I just feel like they lucked into this. They didn't know that the damn Texans were going to blow up their whole team and fall apart. And it's like, God damn it, man. Good for them, though. Good call. Laramie Tunsil's garbage, too. So they got rid of garbage, got a number, well, it was the number 3 pick, and they can still shore up their offensive line. So now if they take Penei Sewell early, and because Jamar Chase is gone, then I could see them going a similar route to what you just said, or they could even reach a little bit for like Najee Harris. But based on what I've already picked so far, I'm going to go with Darrisaw.
Yeah. So number 19 is Washington football team. This pick was purely just because he was picked number 13 off of Spitz's board, so I was like, well, he can't be sitting on my board that much longer. I went with Elijah Vera Tucker just because I just need that. They need some guy. I mean, I know they got Brandon Scherf. I know they got some decent offensive linemen already, but just think about a little bit more protection for either Heineke or Fitzmagic, whoever's back there next year. I just think it just is a little bit more protection. Because you already have, honestly, if you guys did not get Curtis Samuel, I would have went wide receiver, no doubt, no questions asked. But being that you have Curtis and Scary Terry, I'm going Elijah. That's just my reasoning there.
I picked Zavin Collins. He's an athletic freak. When the draft, when college first ended and the kind of the draft positioning was being set for the NFL, dude, he was down there around the Saints pick, and people were just like nutting all over this guy. Pause. And
Pause.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Anyways, yeah, but he's moving up. I've seen some mocks where he moved up. I don't know. Washington has such a good defense. Why not just pile it on, dude? Just let it rip. Nothing wrong with having a defense that you can't score on. So keep it coming. I don't know actually who their linebackers are because I know Kerrigan is still on the market.
John Bostic is back there.
They have Bostic still, yeah. But we all know about John Bostic in his Packers days, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Just get a young guy, dude. He's so athletic, bro. Like he's literally. That defense would be
scary with him.
Yeah, he is. I don't think the best linebacker in this draft is all the way down here at the bottom of the first round. We're going to talk about that later, but this is still a good pick, though.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I can only imagine Collins with Young and Sweat. Oh, nasty.
Dude, stop.
Nasty. We'll move on. Number 20, the Chicago Bears. The Bears.
Trash.
I went with a corner just because you guys got rid of Kyle Fuller. It made sense for me. I don't know. It just made sense. Caleb Farley to the Bears. Honestly, look, I wanted to let a corner fall all the way to the Saints in my perfect world, just because I know how much you guys need one. But I just know what the Bears need, and I mean I know they're probably going in like full rebuild mode. I know he's had a little bit of injury issues, but I still think they go Caleb Farley, cornerback for the Bears.
Yeah, for all the Saints fans out there, this is trade-up territory. 20 and onward. If they think one of these corners is gone at any of these teams right here, don't be surprised when you see that trade pop up on the screen. For the Bears, I went with Trevon. How do you say his last name? Oh, my God. Trevon Moehrig, I guess.
Moehrig.
I'm terrible with names, guys. Leave me alone. But he's even if I hear it on TV, I'll still get it wrong. Anyways. He's a safety. Same reasons as Jeff said. They just lost. I mean, their whole secondary is just absolutely falling apart. They are just struggling. I've seen Maury go like a little bit higher than this and kind of lower than this. He seems to kind of be like nobody knows where he's going to go, but I don't know. Good, hard-hitting safety for the Bears. Something they could use because they got, Drew Brees didn't have an arm, but they were just getting The corners were playing well, but the middle of the field and like the deep half of the field was just getting torched. I mean, Jameis Winston stepped on the field and just torched you on one play. So get some help. Morig. Moherig. Moherig.
Mo Hibrig.
Just gonna call him Mo.
We're gonna butcher
Trevon
it.
Mo.
Mo. Just Timo. Pick number 21.
Yeah. Timo.
Pick number 21, Indianapolis Colts. This was a harder pick for me, I'll be honest with you guys.
Me too.
I went with Zavin Collins just because they seem to be super defensive heavy these days. I mean, just from what they've done last year and the rookie that they picked last year, what was his name? Darius Leonard. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think right next to him will go Zavin Collins. That would be disgusting for me to even imagine. I kind of just, some of these picks that I have, it's just for fantasy value only. I just want to see it. I just want to see these guys on the field with other players that I enjoy watching. So yeah, that's just, he's already picked off the Spitz's board. I think he goes to the Indianapolis Colts.
I picked Tevin Jenkins here, and I'm not really sure if I have a reason or not. But the Colts already have a pretty good offensive line, but I don't know.
Well, no, someone just retired from them.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Costanzo retired. That's a good point.
Costanzo,
he's a tackle, but they can move guys around. Anyways, yeah, listen, we all know how much Carson Wentz has struggled behind a bad offensive line. So if you have a hole in the offensive line and you have Carson Wentz, you got to fill it up. So I just picked Tevin Jenkins there. I had a hard time finding a weakness, to be honest with the Colts. I guess their secondary maybe a little bit, but I don't know. This was probably the hardest one.
Yeah,
I can't even lie to you. Yeah.
Colts was tough. All right, well, moving on from the tough pick. We'll
Aziz!
Go to number 22. What?
Aziz!
Oh, Aziz. That's my pick. I picked Aziz Ojulari for the Tennessee Titans just because they just lost Jadeveon Clowney. I just think it's just they needed an immediate plug-and-play guy replacement. I go Aziz Ojulari.
I went with Jalen Phillips, same thing, really. I know they got Bud Dupree, but I guess
is he coverage though? Is Bud Dupree coverage, or he's like more of those pass rush?
Well, he was rushing, and he rushed a lot with the Steelers, but they might run a different formation in Tennessee. I don't really know, but guys, total transparency, our research level was low for this. We're gonna be honest. So, we live busy lives, okay? But we're doing our best. Jalen Phillips, though, you can never have too many edge rushers, though, I feel like. Look at the Saints. They had Trey Hendrickson as their backup. And so Davenport got hurt. Trey Hendrickson came in and damn near competed for Defensive Player of the Year the whole season. Yeah, so it's
almost.
You can never have too many. So why not? Jalen Phillips is a monster, too, so fuck it.
All right. So for the New York Jets, sitting at number 23, this was one of those picks where it's just it made sense. I just kind of wish they did it sooner. Maybe last year they could have done something like this, but it makes sense to do it now, I guess. I think they go Trevon Moehrig, safety, just to replace Jamal Adams finally. You already have Marcus May, who's a star. I think you put somebody on the other side to match him. Trevor Moehrig, I think that'd be, because I just know the Jets love their secondary, and it'd be just a nicer defense just around Zach Wilson. Just stop guys, pick them off, give the ball to Zach Wilson. It just sounds like it makes sense to me.
Yeah, I picked Caleb Farley just because. The same reason, really. The secondary is just a struggle. They have Brian Poole out there.
Yeah, it's not.
And it's that's kind of really it, honestly, for them. So, not that he's bad, but again, keep your eyes on the Saints trading up, though. But if you see a team on the board that might need a cornerback, just keep your eyes open for the Saints trading up. That's all I'm going to say. The rumors have really been picking up steam in the last 24 hours. So we know we're not afraid to trade way, way, way too much to move up in the draft. So,
but you guys gave up a whole entire draft class for Ricky Williams.
And then traded him 2 years later. Oh my God.
It's anyways, the Saints haven't done it before.
We traded 3 picks to move up for Marcus Davenport and not even pick Lamar Jackson. Anyways, Caleb Farley the only reason he's down here, honestly, is because of his back injury. Otherwise, he's probably the best corner in the whole thing. So
yeah, this could be a really good pick.
Could be a steal if he stays healthy for sure. Yeah. The Steelers. Am I the only one that thinks this is the most obvious thing in the world to me? This guy
Number
just
24.
has Steelers written all over his ass, bro.
I mean, Spitz has the same guy, Najee Harris.
He just looks like a Steeler, bro. He just does. Size. He reminds me of Le'Veon Bell, sort of.
I mean, what would you guys say? Like, it makes sense. You guys got rid of James Conner. We're going to have Kalen Ballage back there running the
Balazs
ball.
and Benny Snell.
No, you're
That's
going to have
about
Najee Harris back there. Let's be real.
I agree.
That's just a no-brainer.
I just look at him. Like, I was doing the mock draft, and I was like, wow. It just seemed like unless the Dolphins reach for him, like, you just see him in them ugly-ass Steelers jerseys, bro. You can just see it.
Those bumblebee-looking
because he's just
huge jerseys.
He just is massive. And, dude, and honestly, that's a great, like, I know running backs in the first round, people like to hesitate on that because it's like, oh, my God, you can get one later. It's a waste of a pick.
Yeah.
But, like, in this situation, the Steelers, they're hate it or not, guys. They're still a Super Bowl contender. Okay, it is what it is, and everybody in that division is a contender. Except for, like, the Bengals are like sort of on the come up. But anyways, so for that reason, you have to fill the position of need, and right now, it's got to be a running back. I think, right? Like the receivers are fine.
The only other thing that I thought about putting here is a corner, just because you guys got rid of all these corners.
That's true. Yeah.
That's the only other thing that I thought about. But I mean, I just think that when I think of the Steelers, yes, they've been defense, but nowadays I think they're trying to go more offense heavy. Like,
they've lost so much on defense that, like, it looks like you got to be explosive on offense now.
Yeah. So it seems like you got to put up like 60 points and then just, let the defense just get shit on. So, Najee Harris. I don't know. We'll see. Pittsburgh, question mark. Besides, I don't know. Running back, cornerback. Moving on. Jacksonville Jaguars again at pick number 25. I think this was kind of like one of those that was just like, I don't know. I'm just going to throw somebody in here. Tevin Jenkins, offensive line. I think you guys need a little bit more help protecting your franchise quarterback. Trevor Lawrence. Tevin Jenkins. That's my pick.
Guys, this gets me torqued. I'm not going to lie to you. I've always been like a low-key like fan of the Jags, just because I live in Florida and I've never liked the Buccaneers because of the Saints and stuff. So like I've always kind of like watched the Jags on TV. I've never pulled harder for a team besides the Saints in my life than when the Jags were playing the Patriots in the AFC Championship game. Anyways, they signed Marvin Jones, right? They already had Laviska Shenault, right? They're drafting Trevor Lawrence, right? They already have Robinson at running back, right? Boy, would Trevor Lawrence not have the most erect penis in the world if they draft Kadarius Toney at wide receiver? Like, this guy draws comparisons to, like, they call him a human joystick, guys. So could you imagine having your kind of good hands, like taller-ish Laviska Shenault, your veteran, sure-handed, going to be open all the goddamn time Marvin Jones, and then just having your little-ass, Tyreek Hill-ass motherfucking receiver on the same team with Trevor Lawrence, bro? God, bro. They probably need something on defense, guys. This might not be a need, but damn.
It's one of those fantasy picks. Like, you want to see it.
Yes. The thought of that, if Trevor Lawrence has any say at all in what they pick after he gets drafted there, I promise you, if Kadarius Toney's on the board still. Because I've seen him mocked as high up as the Patriots, dude. Like, people like him. So if he's still there, sheesh.
We'll see. Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm rooting for him, for real. I really am.
Yeah.
Number 26, the Cleveland Browns. I only picked this just for one reason and one reason only. They got rid of Sheldon Richardson. So I think they get Christian Barmore at defensive tackle. Mm-hmm. And I just think, they already have one of the best offensive lines. They already have good running backs. They already have good wide receivers. They have, all the offensive weapons they need. Secondary seems legit. Safeties is one of the best safeties in the league classes. Group of safeties. I go Christian Barmore. That's all.
Yeah, guys, I can't tell you how badly I wish the Saints could draft this man. But we need a corner so bad, so I put him somewhere else. For the Browns, I gave him, and I don't even know if he's going to fall this far, but I gave him Jeremiah Wusu-Koramoah from Notre Dame. Guys, I'm not you've been around my channel long enough, guys. I am not biased about anything. Okay, so I'm not going to be biased towards Notre Dame. Believe me when I tell you that watching every single Notre Dame game with my eyes, both my eyes on the screen, that this guy, I know he's going 26, I know he's not a top 10 pick or whatever. Just wait. Okay? Just wait. Give it 3 years. 80% of the teams in this draft are going to be like, damn, that was an L. Because, like, we had Jalen Smith, right? And he tore his ACL, but like when he was one of the best linebackers like you'd ever seen in your life. And when he's playing for the Cowboys, he's playing pretty good, right? He's good. We had Manti Te'o. I knew he was going to be trash. He was trash. This guy is this guy is what Jamal Adams was doing this year. He's a coverage guy that just happens to be a really good fucking linebacker instead. Like Jamal Adams, athletic, strong, hits you hard as shit. Could play safety if he wanted to, but he's probably better in the box. Same exact thing with this guy. When we played Clemson, this guy was jumping routes to deflect passes on Clemson's elite talent and Trevor Lawrence. Like, this guy is a machine. Go watch some film. Blow your mind a little bit. I'm just saying, bro. Like, Demario Davis type vibes. Just going to always be on the ball. Always going to make the tackle. And you better hope he doesn't blindside you because you might have you might be removed from the NFL.
Damn. Oof. I don't know if I can follow that up. I don't know. Might have to take a couple. No, I'm just kidding. We'll move on to my favorite team of all time.
Here we go.
My favorite, and this is one of those things where it's like, if you Baltimore Ravens number 27, okay, if they don't do this. If they don't listen to the fans, if they don't listen to Lamar Jackson, he might not accept the fifth-year option. I don't think there's any other pick they can go besides this right here. And I'm choosing Rashad Bateman, wide receiver. Guys, we know we need edges. We know. That's why we have the number 31 pick. We know. But, it's no mystery. We tried so hard to get these wide receivers. We tried for Juju. We tried for T.Y. We tried for Galladay, and we failed. We got Sammy Watkins, and that is not acceptable. He's gone next year. I think we get Bateman. And look, I've looked at our history, Ravens fans. Brashad Perryman and Torrey Smith might have been our best wide receiver drafts of all time, and that's not saying a whole lot. I hope that this guy could be our best receiving draft ever. Rashad Bateman, be a star. Do your thing. Let's go.
Rashad Bateman reminds me of I just get Michael Thomas vibes. Not that he's a slant boy, guys, okay, but I'm just saying, like, not the fastest guy in the world, but big and good hands.
Big body, big hands.
They could go Terrace Marshall up here too, but I just
I've
feel
seen
like
him fall to the second round. That's the only reason why. Because I know that the scouting. I don't know if he's the manager or whatever, the scouting guy for the Ravens. He said that they kept their eye out for Terrace Marshall and Bateman. But every mock draft that I looked at when I was doing research for my mock draft, he's falling now to the second round. Bateman's still sitting in the first round, so that was the reason why I chose Bateman over Terrace Marshall. But yeah.
Yeah. Y'all better got 2 picks right there. If you take an edge at 27, you better take a receiver at 31, bro, because like you said, this man Lamar gonna opt out like Deshaun Watson, bro. Lamar Jackson gonna go start getting massages just to get out of playing this season, bro. Fuck out of here.
Look, I mean, the only way this pick changes is if the Julio Jones fantasy trade might happen. I've seen a lot of
the Julio Jones thing. The Falcons they can't trade him until like June or something like that because that's when they don't have the cap hit anymore.
Yeah, I mean, the only way I don't see us selecting a wide receiver in the first round is if we've already made a deal with the Falcons and it's already set in stone. It's just a matter of time until we can actually do the trade. But if that does not happen, Rashad Bateman. We'll move on. Number 28, the New Orleans Saints. I only picked this because of what Spitz has ranted and raved to me. He told me to look some tape up on this guy. He looks like a beast. The fact that he even fell this far in my mock draft, I should be ashamed. But, I mean, this would be a dream come true for Spitz. I'm going Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, linebacker for the New Orleans Saints, just for the pure fact that it would just be disgusting on the Saints. Imagine Cam Jordan, Demario Davis, this guy, along with everything else that they already have. It would just be disgusting. The Bucks would have something to even worry about now. I mean, defense on defense. I don't know. Crazy. I just want to see it happen. That's all.
It's just devastating that we need a corner so bad, man. I would put a JLK jersey fucking right there next to the Manti Te'o. I promise you I would. But I got Greg Newsome here. He's just the best corner left, I think. You could also go with Asante Samuel Jr., but like Greg Newsome is actually like really nasty. To hold receivers to what he holds receivers to in the Big Ten, where all they do is throw bombs all day, is impressive. So I like him. Hopefully we can trade up for like a J.C. Horn or Farley instead. But if we don't, and Greg Newsome is there, that's a W. Even Asante Samuel is fine, but I really would prefer to trade up. The dream scenario, dude, guys, seriously, if we find a way to get J.C. Horn, I will. I'm live streaming the draft.
This man's going to nut on camera.
I might nut on camera. I might down a whole champagne or something, bro. I might go crazy because that'll be the best day ever, bro. Like, could you imagine Marshawn Lattimore if he doesn't go to jail? And fucking J.C. Horn, oh my God. Good luck, Mike Evans. That's all I care about is clamping Mike Evans. I don't care about anything else.
That'd be crazy. Yeah, New Orleans Saints, we'll see. I think they're trading up, and so are the Patriots. We'll see. We'll see on Thursday. Number 29, the Green Bay Packers. This pick is just because it just makes sense to me. Not that they need this, it's just something that the Packers fans have wanted for so long. It's more of like an appeal to you guys, that I know you guys want to see this happen, and I know that Aaron Rodgers would like to see this happen. I think you guys go wide receiver, finally, for the first time in I don't even know how long. Rondell Moore goes to the Packers just to give them an extra weapon instead of just, Devontae Adams doing everything and every now and then MCS doing something, and then you got Alan Lazard doing something like, just give him another good, legitimate star receiver. Rondell Moore to the Packers.
Yeah, I put Elijah Moore in there just because they have, like, he's one of those smaller guys. They already have, like you said, Lazard, MVS, and Devonta. They have all the big receivers. They don't have that like quick, speedy slot monster. So that's why I picked them there. They could also go corner though, like Asante Samuel or something like that, because we all know
Kevin King's buns.
That Kevin King don't cut it. So, but yeah, mostly like I said, like you said, they don't need the wide receiver anymore because other guys stepped up. But it's just like I feel like it's just they've waited so long to draft one that they're still going to do it anyways.
Yeah, I mean they do things when they don't make sense. So I'm just going off of that pattern. Like, you don't need a quarterback. All right, get Jordan Love. Okay, we don't need a wide receiver anymore. Get one of the Moores, Rondale or Elijah. Doesn't matter. I don't know. Packers don't do things that don't make sense. So I'm just going off of that pure pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 30, Buffalo Bills. This was one of those things where it's just like, what do they need? Honestly,
yeah, exactly.
Like,
exactly.
It was hard because the Buffalo Bills they're so stacked, and this is one of those things where it's just like it would be cool to see type of deals. How cool would it be on the other side of Tre'Davious White is Asante Samuel Jr.? How cool would that be to see? Just your secondary is straight up locked down, along with the safeties that you already have. It would just be nasty. It would just pure passing, pure secondary coverage. Buffalo Bills, Asante Samuel Jr.
Yeah, I picked the same thing, but I was actually thinking earlier today that they, maybe what if they drafted Travis Etienne?
I mean, they
Clemson.
do. I mean, the running back. I mean, I know they got Matt Breida, who I said was going to be a breakout player for them this coming up season. But yeah, I mean, Etienne is like Alvin Kamara, basically. Yeah, I heard he's like more of a catching back, but he does have some good speed. So
Etienne
I don't
would
think any of
be
the Bills running back offers that right now.
What Reggie Bush was in the NFL is what Travis Etienne will be in the NFL. Like, how everybody thought Reggie Bush was going to be like fucking Barry Sanders, but he wasn't. the reality of Reggie Bush is like Travis Etienne. Just like if you get him the ball, good luck tackling him. But he's not necessarily going to like torch you between the tackles, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, the Buffalo Bills, that was a harder one for me. It was just I just saw who was left on my board, and I was like, it'd be cool to see.
They don't
him
need
go
anything.
there. Yeah.
It's like the Buccaneers. Like what like what's the point of even
Yeah, the
drafting?
Buccaneers was a hard one too. So we're almost there actually to the Buccaneers. We got one more pick before the Buccaneers, and that was going to be my team, Baltimore Ravens again. They just traded for this pick to the Chiefs. We gave them Orlando Brown for this pick, who I still think we kind of got finessed a little bit, but I'm not going to talk
And
about
your
it.
second round pick.
Conversation.
Oh my god.
Jason Away. Oh, that's my pick. Edge. Finally, we get that answer for Judon and Unique Ngakwe missing. So yeah, I go Jason Away. Just seems like the most need for the team at the moment. I mean, obviously, with what was their first pick that I said? Number 27, we got our wide receiver. So it just makes sense. Get an edge at number 31. I don't care how you do it. Just whether you want to do it at number 27 and you want to get the wide receiver at 31, I don't care. Just get what you need. An edge and a wide receiver. I like the way that I have it though. At Bateman at 27 and Away at 31.
I actually picked the same thing. I don't know. I like the edge because there's another one, Rousseau, as well that you could pick, but it's just kind of like whatever, dude. Just
I've seen
like
Away go higher than Rousseau
Yeah.
or Roseo.
it's like the needs are obvious. Wide receiver. Oh my goodness, could you imagine if they drafted 2 wide receivers?
Ooh,
That just crossed my mind right now. What if
I
they
don't
drafted
know if they
Bateman?
would do that. I've never seen us do that.
But how great? How? I know you need an edge. How torqued would you get if they drafted Bateman and like Terrace Marshall first round?
I would do a cartwheel on camera, and I'm
That
able to do a cartwheel.
just now for the first time ever crossed my mind. I didn't even think about that until now. That would be. I don't think that's going to happen. But
That'd
like
be a
how
ballsy
fucking-
move.
Lamar Jackson would literally sign the papers today. Extension done. The next 6 years, ready to go. Let's go right now.
The only problem with that is like it'd be cool to see for sure, but that would mean that we were gonna have to put up like 60 points a game because the defense can't stop shit. So that's the only problem I have with that. But I mean, it's not like we're not terrible.
But the thing is,
at
your
edge.
secondary is still legit though.
Yeah, and we still have Calais Campbell, and I mean,
Yeah.
Derek Wolf is decent.
And you can
I mean,
get
it's not
edges in the
terrible.
second round. I'm just
Cyrus
thinking
Bowser.
out loud.
McPhee. I mean, we could live without an edge. I don't know. We'll see. I
'Cause
think we
of
do
edges,
that just
there-
because
there
we
is-
lost so many.
There is 7 rounds. Like there's edges later on
True.
too.
Yeah.
Trey Hendrickson was like a 5th round pick or something like that, I think. So it's like, man, I'm just
Can you
thinking about that.
imagine
Like,
that?
holy shit, I didn't even cross my mind for not even a second until right
So
now.
how would you even do that? Would you do Hollywood Brown, Bateman, and TMJ? You wouldn't even have Duvernay besides like a kick return man.
Yeah, Duvernay can just sit
and
back there and return kicks. Boy, get the
Boykin
fuck outta
wouldn't
here.
probably do much. I
You
don't know.
got
I don't know.
Terrace Marshall in. You could put him in the.
Slot maybe.
Probably put him in the slot and have Bateman as your big boy on the outside with
Mhm.
Hollywood Brown as a burner on the outside.
That'd be interesting. Wow, that could flip.
Ter-
Honestly,
It
it
would.
would flip on its head. Our offense would flip on its head. We wouldn't.
your
I don't
offense
know.
would be
We'll see.
terrifying.
It would be. I don't know. Well, I'll probably dream about that later on.
Ew. Yo.
Pause. Just kidding.
Oh no.
Last pick of the draft, number 32, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They don't need
cares?
anything. They don't need anything, guys. This is one of those things where it's just like the guy has to go in the first round. He has to.
Right.
He's
We
very
just randomly
talented,
guessed.
and it's just imagining this guy along with Shaq Barrett and Levante David and JPP and all these crazy guys. I go Gregory Rousseau.
So did
I
I.
don't know. I can't have him go no later than the first round.
The only other thing I was thinking is like, I keep bringing up Terrace Marshall all the time. I'm sorry, but like, they don't know if Antonio Brown's coming back, so they don't need any positions of need. So why the fuck not just bring in another receiver? But I don't know if they'll do that.
Yeah, I mean, they're already going wide receiver if you think about it. You got Mike Evans, you got Chris Godwin, you got Scotty Miller. I mean, is that fourth wide receiver even necessary, though?
Draft Kyle Trask just because. Just because you don't need
Tom
anything
Brady's
else.
going to retire soon, so get Kyle Trask.
Just in case Tom Brady gets hurt or something.
Can you imagine Kyle Trask?
What
just
position
mentoring
do they
behind
need
Tom
bes-
Brady?
Yeah, like what position
And
do they need
becoming
besides
good.
backup quarterback?
They don't need anybody.
Nothing.
I mean, I look, guys. If you guys have even kept up with the CFM lately, like I have Tom Brady in my CFM. I run the Buccaneers, and it's like my number one concern or need is quarterback. It's just like, well, I don't want to do anything at quarterback because I have one of the better quarterbacks in the league. But it's just like when he retires, I'm screwed. So yeah, I don't know. They could definitely go quarterback. We don't know. They don't really need anything.
Yeah, who knows, bro? Whatever Tom Brady wants.
Yeah, he's probably the one making the pick. Let's be real.
He's the one on the phone making the call to the draft pick.
Bruce Arians is just taking a vacation. He's on the beach somewhere. Tom Brady's sitting
G-
behind the desk right now.
the GM doesn't even fucking know where he is. He's just totally lost.
Oh god. All right, so guys, that is our mock draft. You can grill us, you can compliment us on our picks. I don't
It's
know,
hard, guys.
guys. This was hard. Okay, don't
It's hard,
sit here
man.
and think like, oh, this shit was trash. The guys, I used to say the same thing because I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense. But it's just like when you have certain guys going in your like top 10, you start to realize that how many guys that were sitting on the side that you haven't put in there. So you're just trying to figure out where they go because you didn't put them in your top 10 or whatever. And it's just like, it's just a matter of plugging. I don't know. It's just trying to think about
It's
who needs
rough.
what and who shouldn't go no further past this pick. It was one of those things. It was just it was a mind game. It was one of those puzzles.
Yeah, we don't study
So
college football like that either, so it's just kind of like
true.
plug
Going
and
off
play.
pure, just reputation at this point. But yeah, guys. So guys, if you liked it, hit that like button. Do us a favor because you guys all know that these podcasts don't get as much love as all the other videos that we get, especially on my channel. I'm not really showing it any love. So guys, hit that like button a little bit harder for me. I would appreciate that. Hit the sub button. Definitely go on Spitz's channel and give him the sub if you haven't already. Give him the like if you haven't already. We split the podcast every week, so the next podcast will go on his channel. And if you're wondering why you're only seeing even numbers on my channel, it's because all the odd number of podcasts are on his channel. So go check out his channel. Yeah, guys, let us know what you think. Comment. We want to hear what you guys think about what we picked. I mean, do you agree? Do you disagree? I want to hear what you guys say. I really do want to hear you guys because, I mean, again, this is our first time doing a mock draft at all. And I think we did pretty decent for our first one. And I'm really excited to see what actually happens on Thursday. And I believe, I at least know Spitz is going to go live that day. I don't know if I will. Yeah, I might. I don't know. I
Let
haven't
me
streamed in a while. I might.
let me ask a question. I have a question for the class.
What's up?
If I let's guys, would you want to watch the Inside the One live reaction to the draft together, both of us on the same stream? I think I know how to do it.
Wow, that would be interesting.
We'll have our screen
Guys,
set up just like this. We'll watch the
guys,
draft together. Let us know in the comment section. We'll
that
probably
would be
do it whether you say
disgusting.
you want it or not, to be honest.
That'd be disgusting.
I
Guys,
think, yeah, I think if you download Zoom or something and we just have a Zoom call, I can move your face cam into the fucking thing. I'm pretty sure that's how it would work.
we can do
We could,
Microsoft Teams. We could do
yeah,
we could do
we could run,
Zoom.
we could test it out like sometime before
Yeah,
the draft or
guys,
whatever.
that'd be disgusting. I mean, I'm excited
Holy
for it.
shit.
I'm down for
Let's
it,
go.
guys. If you
Let's
guys want
fucking
it,
go.
comment, like it. Say at least say like, dude, that'd be do it, or just go on the Discord and say you want us to do it. But yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
man.
down for that. That'd be cool.
Sweet.
Yeah. So guys, that's gonna be it. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate every single one of you guys. Hit the sub button, like I said. I know I've said it a million times at this point. And until next time, guys, peace out.
Peace.